Welcome to City Council Spotlight. I'm your host, Heather Armstrong. Joining me today is Mayor Pro Tem Eric Busch. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Heather.
I think it's interesting that you rode your bike here.
Yes, I did.
Tell us why you rode your bike here today.
Of late, I've been riding a bicycle. It's actually an electric bike to Sony Pictures, which is where I work in Culver City. It's about 10 miles, and the bike's governed at 20 miles an hour, but that's plenty fast enough.
So what I feel like is that you're living it. You're really living, I mean, your job, first of all, at Sony Pictures, Director of Corporate Safety and Environmental Affairs.
Yes.
I feel like you're living it. And then you're also, as if that's not enough, Environmental Committee. You sit on their board, is that correct?
Well, actually, the City Council started an environmental committee, and we have not placed any people on the committee. We're actually accepting applications now. Okay. So if anyone wants to apply, please apply. But the Environmental Committee is intended to take a look at our processes and our operations and find new and innovative ways of addressing some of the opportunities that we have to reduce, for instance, our carbon footprint, which is really reduce our electricity and our fuel use, to save money by reducing things like postage through water bills and all sorts of things. So if we can sign some people up through electronic water bills, and maybe we can do that in the next year, year and a half, then we could save a bunch of money from the city.
What do you mean electronic water bills?
Well, the city sends out water bills to all of its water customers. And right now they're sent via post through snail mail. So if you do those bills electronically, then not only are you saving the ink and the paper and the time for people to process those, but you're also saving all the postage. And so an investment in computer systems allowing you to do that would pay off in the long run. And so, 2-3 years down the road, now the city's not paying the postage for those that want electronic bills. And, it's a good thing. You're doing the right thing, and it's efficient. And, ultimately, in many cases when you are being green, quote unquote, you end up just being efficient, and you're saving resources and you're saving money.
Wow. A lot of little things seem to add up, and a lot of cities are trying to catch on to this green theme. Where is El Segundo?
Well, El Segundo is very fortunate to be at the forefront of many indicators of how green you are. For instance, in our city, we adopted reclaimed water early on. So many of our parks, many of our fields are watered via reclaimed water, which is water pulled from Hyperion and then recycled, filtered. And it actually is filtered to a point where it's cleaner than our tap water, but it's a separate system. And it's, if you look at, you see the purple plastic pipe, that's reclaimed water. But Chevron is a huge user of reclaimed water. So 63% of all of El Segundo water that we use in this city is reclaimed, which is huge, especially in the middle of a desert. Another statistic is we recycle 81% of all our solid waste, which we're legally mandated to do 50%, but we go way above and beyond that. And part of that is because we have so many industrial partners in our city that do an excellent job of recycling. But it's also because the city sees it as a very important part of how we can manage our systems and be more efficient.
Is going green expensive, and can our city handle it? Do we have the funds?
It depends on what you're talking about. For instance, we have a council meeting tonight. We're going to be deciding whether or not to install LED stoplights. So if you look at a red, yellow, green stoplight, and you see that one of the lights looks like it's just a bunch of dots, well, it's because it's a bunch of LEDs instead of an older style, which is like an incandescent bulb or older technology. So it's going to cost us about $153,000 to switch out those street lights, but our payback is in about 18 months. And so come the 2-year mark, we're actually going to be saving money. And you save money in 2 ways: on the electricity that you're not using, and then secondly, you save money on the maintenance because the LEDs fail or last much longer than a traditional stoplight. So you're not actually sending someone up there to repair them as often.
Wow. You said in one of our conversations before you're looking to affect positive change. It also seems to me that you're looking to make a long-term effect. You know, and you need to stick around to follow through on some of these things. What other environmental things are you working on that we could, you know, look forward to taking place years from now?
Well, there's things that the city has already done. The city's already started to use biodiesel. The city's already reduced the number of printers and copiers that it has. And then we also have started with our next building, which is the fire station number 2, next to our new athletic fields, is going to be a LEED certified building, or at least we're going to be applying for LEED certification. That's leadership in energy and environmental design. And so what that will do is certify that the building does meet certain criteria. And those criteria are how much natural light you use, how efficient your systems are, do you have things like water conservation, energy conservation, solar panels, all sorts of things. But it's an exciting time, and that's a place where the city can actually lead by example. Wow. And we also have other businesses that are starting to build LEED certified or potentially LEED certified buildings, which again, it's, you know, the in thing right now, but ultimately over the lifespan of a building, you'll save a bunch of money by investing up front.
Speaking of businesses, business recruitment is an ongoing issue in the city. Where are we? And what's the process, I guess, for recruiting businesses to come to our city?
Well, we've been very fortunate. Some cities are struggling. If you look at the city of Los Angeles, our neighbor to the north, they're entering into a very tough fiscal times. And our city has been blessed. And it's been blessed by a very strong business community. Our corporate real estate vacancy rate is very low, around 10%, which is really, really good. That's a sign of a strong economy. So we want to continue down that road. We've had a business recruitment and retention committee that our Mayor Kelly and myself have been members of. And it's been very effective. We have a website, elsegundobusiness.com, that continues to get more and more hits. The website gets more and more coverage, or new people coming, and we're talking unique people, so it's not the same person clicking again and again and again. But you know, and it's interesting because you can see where these people are coming from. Are they being routed through Yahoo or some other service, or so it gives you an idea of perhaps where to place your attention and focus your resources. But it's been really good and very successful.
Have you been pleased with Plaza El Segundo?
I have. I think everyone in El Segundo has been pleased with Plaza El Segundo as far as the choices that we have. They've been providing a new tax revenue source, the retail sales tax, which has not been a traditionally large part of our budget. And the last quarter, I believe they contributed about $400,000 in sales tax revenue to the city of El Segundo. So that's really good. It's important that we have a diversified revenue stream for our city, so that if one part of the economy takes a hit, not all of your, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. So that's really good. They're talking about the Point, which is the next step of Plaza El Segundo, which is very high-end stores on the corner of Rosecrans and Sepulveda, right on the corner. That's going to be going into construction probably within the next 6 months or so. And that's another opportunity for us to increase that retail sales tax base.